Hey everyone, Kaylee, your friendly neighborhood hairstylist here, and today we're doing some hairstyles from Powerful Women, aka Super Women. It's the first Halloween video of the year! There have been some great movies and TV shows this year with great female characters, the majority of them superheroes, so that's what we're doing today. These characters have all been very requested and they're definitely easy to do, so I'm excited about this video. If you are excited for these costumes, let me know by hitting that like button down below. Maybe leave a comment telling me your favorite Superwoman character. I am particularly a fan of these because they are easy to do, they'll work on multiple lengths, and they're kind of cute for day to day. So not only are you getting some great Halloween inspo, you've also got some tutorials that you can wear when it's not Halloween as well, and you're not wearing a pleather jumpsuit. It's gonna be a lot of fun to get into. I'm excited for it. I also wanted to say thank you to Garnier for sponsoring this video, and I think, with all that said, let's get into it. And now we have these Winter Warrior braids. Now, to be honest, these braids can work for a lot of characters, especially if you're going for kind of a warrior theme. I was really excited to show you this hairstyle because now my hair is shorter. I've done similar braids when my hair was longer, so let's see it on all lengths, shall we? This hairstyle started when my hair was still wet. I used the Garnier Sky High Volume Volumizing Mousse. This has extreme hold that gives you 24 hours of volume. I just applied it into my roots. I dried my hair upside down. You could also use a round brush, and I am volumized, which is great for the overall hairstyle. Then I decided to do something a little different. I went in sections and used a 3/4 inch iron to curl my hair in alternating directions. So I curled some pieces away and some pieces toward. When I've done hairstyles like this before, and when I shot with Garnier, I've curled all the hair away from my face, which is a really pretty look. I just think when your hair is a little shorter, it gets a little bit more like warrior looking when you get to do the alternating directions. So that's what I wanted to do today. And that gets us here, ready to put some braids in the hair. But actually first, I'm gonna use one more product. I'm using the Garnier Fructis Pure Clean Finishing Paste. You're gonna apply this to the section of hair that we're gonna braid. This is gonna help add some grit to the braid, which always helps it to come together more easily and then pull apart even better. And now for the braids, we're gonna start off with a lace Dutch braid going back from the hairline. That means that you're gonna be braiding under and adding in hair only from the top as you go. You're gonna start up at the front and then go to the back of the hair. Once you're there, braid a couple of inches normally and secure it in place. Then you're gonna repeat the same thing on the other side. Don't forget to add in your finishing paste. And now we're gonna pull these apart, which is one of the things the paste is gonna help us with. You just kind of start from the back and loosen it up like you're loosening up shoestrings. And then once you get to the front, you start working back again. And typically that's nice and pulled apart and big, but if you wanna add any more, you can. Typically I just go up and back and we're good. Now, here's a fun way to bring these braids together. You can skip this step if you want. It will still be pretty without it. But I'm gonna bring the two braids together and clip them in place and unravel the hair under the clip. Then I'm going to braid the two tails of the braid together into one, take the clip out, and they have now formed one braid in the center. I just think that looks cool. Again, you can skip it if it sounds daunting. And now we're gonna repeat the same thing, just lower down with two more braids. So you're gonna do Dutch lace braid on one side, the other side, braid a couple inches normally, and hold your place. And of course, we're using the finishing paste on these as well. And now the hard part's done. All we have to do is bring it together. So you're gonna take all the braids that you have, whether that is 4 or 3, bring it together in the back and secure it with an elastic. And then wrap that little elastic with some hair just to finish off the general look. And to make sure this hairstyle doesn't go anywhere, I'm using the Garnier Full Control Hairspray. And this is just gonna go generously all over to secure the hairstyle in place. This has 24-hour hold and is anti-humidity. So it's gonna keep that hairstyle in place all night long. And that is our finished warrior braid hairstyle. This obviously reminds us all of our favorite Winter Warrior, but you can utilize it for a lot of different characters just depending on what you're going as in Halloween this year. I'm trying to think of who else this would be good on, like the Amazons from Wonder Woman. Absolutely. I think anybody in the 100, most likely. Oh yeah, anybody still doing Hunger Games stuff, this would be great. Basically, if you need a power braid, this is for you. Now let's move on to Captain Marvel. So excited for a full franchise for a female from Marvel. Why is she the first one? Kind of excited about this one because I'm blonde and I have a lob, and she's blonde and she has a lob, so like, I mean. For this, we're using a 1-inch curling iron with a clip. You could use a wand. I just want to do it that way. And we're going to section the hair in half, clip the top half up. For this layer, you're going to curl all the hair from root to end away from the face on each side. This side is cool now, so I'm gonna go ahead and run my fingers through. Just gonna show you what it looks like. Now we let down the top. Did I have this the whole time? That's cute. Now on the top, you're gonna have a slight side part if you wanna mimic her, and then all of your curls are gonna start right around eyebrow height. And then just gonna run my fingers through and break it all up. Hey, the only thing that I wanna change here is the little ridges right here in these front pieces. You can see they're very angular and I want them to relax a little bit. So I'm just gonna tap the curling iron over them to relax them. I think we're gonna be done. And then if you want, you can throw in some texturizing spray to make it look a little bit more like been flying through the sky, taking care of business. Or you can just leave it as is, however you wanna go. And then obviously you can either dress as, you know, Carol Danvers, the off-duty superhero, or you can put on your Captain Marvel outfit and be full on ready for battle, whichever way you want to be. Obviously, we're gonna have to do Lara Croft, right? Right. She's been around for a while, so there's a lot of iterations. I wanted to do one of the more old school iterations with that long braid, partially because, you know, I love braids, but also I think it throws out to Blackpink's newest music video where they had the long braids and the Lara Croft styling, so I wanted to do the long braids and the Lara Croft styling. What can I say? But Kayley, your hair is short, you say. Well, I've got ways to work around that. As in previous costume videos, I'm gonna be using some braiding hair. You can find this at your local beauty supply store or online. It's inexpensive, it's lightweight, definitely good for this kind of a thing. So if you wanted to do the Blackpink ponytail, you would go ahead and put your hair into a ponytail and then jump in with me on all of this. But if we're gonna do it like Angelina Jolie's OG Tomb Raider moment, we're gonna do a French braid. You're basically just gonna do a normal French braid all the way down until most of your hair is incorporated, and then we're gonna add in the braiding hair. Okay, now that most of the hair is in this French braid, I'm gonna go ahead and add in the braiding hair. I have split this whole thing into 3 sections, so we've got 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna match it up with the 3 sections of the braid and just keep braiding. All right, now if we're following Angelina Jolie, she definitely had her little pieces out, so we're gonna let those down. Also, hi, it's me. I always let pieces down around my face. And then I have little sprouts because my hair is much shorter than the rest of the braid. So what I'm gonna do to hide those is collect them all and pin them into the braid on the underside so they're nice and hidden. And that is our Tomb Raider braid. And now let's move on to Scarlet Witch. Oh hey, she pulled out the wig. We're going serious. And this wig has been sitting in my closet since Sansa Stark. She's been itching to get worn. Pulling her out for today. After Black Widow, this character was the most requested, and thankfully she is very, very easy. So let's get into it. First things first, let's brush this wig out. How jarring is it on a scale of 1 to 10 to see me going from short and blonde to long and red? Because for me, it's about a 15. Gonna start with some of this Garnier Flat Iron Perfector through my hair. So this character has just very loose waves. It is fairly easy. The only thing is you do want to start with slightly straighter hair. It's okay if there's some wave in it because we're gonna be using a curling iron, but if your hair's on the curly side, you're gonna wanna blow dry it a little straighter before you get started. And then I'm gonna go in with my 1 1/4 inch iron, and we're gonna be curling away from the face. You can section it if you want, but you don't have to. Just gonna grab my section, and I'm gonna position the curling iron right at my cheekbone, and wrap the hair away from my face and let it cool. And then her ends are out, so you're basically curling the middle of the hair. So I'm not starting up at the root, I'm starting down by my cheekbone, and then I'm leaving the ends off. For shorter hair, you can do essentially the same thing, it's just less area that you're covering with the middle of the hair. And the cool thing about this hairstyle is that it is actually a good kind of everyday, pretty, bombshelly wave. So there's that. If you enjoy it for Halloween, just keep wearing it the next day, and the day after that, and the day after that, and then you just repeat the same thing on the other side. And obviously you don't need a wig to do this. I just felt like I had a red hair wig that was just about the correct color. It's the right length. I mean, why not? But this is still hair. It still acts similarly to how yours would. Just wanted to give you a really good idea of what it could look like if I looked like the character. And once you finish curling the hair, you can go ahead and run your fingers through to break up the curls. And that's pretty much it. And if you want, you can finish it off with some hairspray, and those are the waves. She keeps it pretty easy. She has majestic hair, so just some waves go a long, long way. And now we've got Black Widow in Avengers Endgame. This one was so requested. Oh my goodness. I asked you guys on Instagram what you wanted to see, and you broke Instagram. It was at least 50% of my responses. So Black Widow in Avengers Endgame, here we are. I popped in some hair extensions so I could fully recreate this hairstyle. We'll link above how I do that. Let's get into the braid. So if you want to be super accurate, your hair is parted over your left eye, going that way. Then you're gonna take a big section up here at the front and start Dutch braiding back. And you're basically gonna include hair that would be kind of in a traditional poof, traditional, as in 2000s traditional poof, right here. Then braid about 4 inches normally and secure it with an elastic. All right, step 1 complete. I'm just gonna loosen up the braid right here a little bit. This braid wasn't particularly fluffed out, but this area up here was pretty loose. So I'm trying to mimic that here. She did also have some volume. I think this might have been a wig. And if you want to recreate that, you could tease the base before braiding. I'm just gonna push up a little bit and bobby pin it right here. First braid in, and now the next braid is actually easier because it's just a French braid. Yes. So now all you're gonna do is just a basic French braid in the back. So you're gonna start with the large section up top and braid down. Whenever you get to a point that you can incorporate this braid we just did, grab it, put it in, keep going. And once you've French braided all of that hair, you can braid the rest normally over your left shoulder because she does have the end of the braid sitting over that shoulder throughout a lot of the movie. And once that's in, the braid is pretty much done. You do want to kind of loosen some pieces around the face because she has that going on in the movie. And then if you're going to be wearing this out, I recommend putting some bobby pins through the French braid to make sure everything stays really well, because obviously you don't want this falling out throughout the night. And then once that's done, this hairstyle is complete. And there you go, those are some super hairstyles for Halloween. Ah. I had a fun time doing this, partially because like getting into costume and feeling like a superhero is a really fun moment, and also because these hairstyles are very doable. So if you're looking for something that you definitely can feel great in and do easily on Halloween, this is it. I hope you had a fun time watching this. If you already know what you want to be for Halloween, or you have any Halloween requests, leave them in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, you can hit that like button to help support my channel, and if you're new here, you can hit that subscribe button to join the Braidaholic family here on Kayley Melissa. But that's it for today. Whether you're old or new or a casual lurker, thank you for spending time with me, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah! Bye! I keep doing your dances, but you look better doing them. I'm just like... Hello, Steve Jobs here. I look like the superhero before they put on the costume.